Hello, veterans, ECHS beneficiaries, and families. Helping Hands for ECHS is very happy to release video number 105. I am Commander Santanam. This video is about ECHS Central Drug List. For short, I will address it as ECDL. This is basically an awareness video to make ECHS beneficiaries aware of what is this ECDL is about and how does it benefit all of us. Let's go and see the details. ECDL stands for ECHS Central Drug List. As I mentioned, it's an awareness video. A quick background: prior to introduction of the Central Drug List, CDL, there were over 4,500 plus drugs and various add-on items in the ECHS inventory. This inventory was available to the medical officers whenever a beneficiary goes for an OPD. When they have to prescribe, this particular list was visible to them from the module or the software module. This vast list also had duplication of drugs with the different names. Naturally, this vast list was used for not only prescribing medicines but also used by various SCMOs for procurement of the drugs based on the requirements from various polyclinics. And the direct effect was that beneficiaries were affected and resulted in not only non availability of medicines but also in cumbersome NA certificate reimbursement route. The central organization has done an analysis of this entire 4,500 drugs and the way it is being issued, etc., and introduced what we call it at that time, which is in October 2023. It's called as Central Drug List 2023. This was introduced in October 2023 by a policy letter. The objectives of going towards CDL, or we call it ECDL henceforth, are focus on commonly prescribed drugs from this entire list, how to cover the maximum number of diseases from this particular drugs which gets shortlisted from this 4,500 plus drug list, achieve at least 90 to 95% satisfaction level at the beneficiary level at the polyclinic with reference to or with respect to availability of medicines to all of us. The next objective is ensuring maximum availability of drugs which will meet this requirement over a period of time. It can't happen overnight, but and also using this ECDL, medicine procurements is also aligned directly to ECDL. It always will use ECDL list rather than any other list. So these are the major objectives of the ECDL. Let's see some details which are relevant to ECHS beneficiaries. ECDL 2024 has now been issued. ECDL 2023 had about 1,400 plus unique drugs. ECDL 2024, which is issued very recently, has a list which has got 2,220 unique drugs. So that means from 4,500 plus, it has now been rationalized to 2,220. Another important point which is understood by all functions in ECHS is this is a dynamic list because it is possible that certain important drugs may not be in this 2020. So it is open to update. Okay, it's not that it's just cast in stone and can never be updated. It is open to update. As per the current plan, the next revision of ECDL is likely in March 2025. ECDL will only contain standard combination drugs, that is, combination drugs which are standard. Currently, it could be possibly different combination drugs are available, so they have standardized this. Vitamins and food supplements are not included in ECDL. Progressively, medical officers in polyclinic will prescribe drugs as per ECDL only, because this ECDL list currently of 2220 and gets updated over a period of next few months and years, that will be available through the software system and will be visible in their display. So they will be able to prescribe only the drugs which are there in the ECDL list, ECDL or ECD list. If it is not there, it cannot be prescribed by the medical officers. Similarly, empanel hospitals will also be required to prescribe medicines using ECDL during discharge. As I mentioned, as per the policy, it is quite clear that new medicines can be added to ECDL based on SCMO recommendation, and it is approved by the central organization before that particular drug or drugs gets included in this ECDL. Certain important factors: cancer and life-saving drugs can be added to ECDL. It can be, based on the case-by-case basis, based on the request from polyclinic, recommended by CMO, approved by central organization. It will get added to the ECDL. Drugs procurement will be adhering to ECDL. NA certificates will not be generated if the drug is not in ECDL. It's a very important point, which has a lot of meaning for us. Okay, we can't just get an NA certificate just because. So if the drug is not there, then it can't be. Any other drug can't be issued for that. It has to be in the ECDL. Certain drugs needed by beneficiary but not in ECDL can be added to ECDL by another route. Not necessarily it has to wait till March 2025. Similarly, drug critical for certain patients and not in ECDL. In this particular case, NA certificate will be approved by the central organization. It has to be initiated by the OSC polyclinic through the CMO. It will go there for special approval by central organization. And using that NA certificate, you beneficiary will be able to procure it from the market. This is one of the exceptional cases. But there is a possibility in this route also, in addition to whatever we have discussed. I hope you find this video useful to bring awareness when somebody talks to you about CDL or ECDL. E stands for ECHS. CDL stands for Central Drug List. As I used to mention in all my videos, Helping Hands for ECHS is a volunteer effort to help veterans and families on every possible ECHS issues. I have two facilities available to you, all of you. One is my YouTube channel, where all these 105 videos and in the future videos will be available. You can type in the YouTube Helping Hands for ECHS or send me a WhatsApp message. I will send you the document with all the links of 105 videos. You just launch the video directly from the document. You don't have to launch any browser. The other one is a web portal link where I bring not only the YouTube is integrated here, but also a lot of information and policy letters of importance and relevance to beneficiaries I have linked. In case you have any queries, you can refer these two. I am sure now 100% of your queries are answered, but if you still need help, Send me a message. If there's an emergency, call me. I will try my best to help you. I've taken a lot of pains in creating these videos. My sincere request, please do not copy or reproduce without my permission. Do not hesitate to share the videos or links to veterans and families. I appreciate your support. Jai Hind.